Hi guys, I'm going to go ahead and get started and show you let me get this up, some resources on how to use technology in your classroom. And I guess there are a lot of websites out there that give a lot of different resources on what you can use in your classroom and what you can share with parents as well. One of the biggest things that I think is important to focus on is internet safety and how to keep kids from sharing too much information, cyberbullying, things like that. So one of the great resources that I wanted to share with you is a website called Cyberbee, and that's just www.cyberbee.com, and you can either get to that from their homepage, or you can go ahead and just search internet safety. So on here, you will see there's some resources on how to keep kids safe. And this is a good refresher course. I think that a lot of our kids are already interacting with technology. Their parents may or may not have gone over with them what's safe to use when they go online or when they use apps. So it's just good to go over with them in the classroom, and then also for parents who might not be familiar as well with some of the dangers, I guess. So here are some websites right here. And one of the ones that I like is the Bullying Awareness Guidebook. And this is a good website. As you can see, it's accreditedschoolsonline.com or .org. And it kind of gives you some statistics on cyberbullying that parents might not be aware of. It has some experts in their fields that really talk about the dangers of cyberbullying and what you can do to help protect your students, whether you're the parent at home or whether you're the educator. It also gives, like I said, some great insights as to what big of a problem this actually is. And then if we go back, once you've educated your parents and even found out some new statistics yourself, here's some information on how to keep them safe. So as far as using resources in your classroom and integrating technology effectively, it sometimes can be overwhelming because there's so many great resources out there. There's so many different videos on YouTube, movies even, that you want to use in a lesson plan, that it can be daunting to figure out what's safe for kids. So one great website is Common Sense Media. And I use this as a parent and as an educator to kind of go over websites, movies, television shows, things like that. And it basically gives you a review or a rating of resources that you can use in your classroom. And I like this website because it's very straightforward. It gives you a suggested age range, as well as a review on what parents and kids say, things like that. And it has a lot of things on here. I don't think I've ever tried to research a show or a website and not been able to come up with something on the site. So for instance, let's see. We can go ahead and click on one, Kate and Mim, and as you see it's suggested 3+. But then as we go into here, it kind of gives you a brief description of it. If you go down, it gives you some pictures from it, and then right here what parents need to know or what teachers need to know if you plan on using this in your classroom. So it gives A+ for educational value, positive messages, positive role models. There's no violence or scariness, sexy stuff, language, drinking and drugs, none of that is in the show. So it also says, as far as rating for quality, what families can talk about. So this is kind of cool if you wanted to use a resource like this in your classroom and you're trying to figure out how you want to integrate it into your lesson plan, what themes you can talk about in your classroom, how this translates to another book or another resource that you want to use. So these are kind of some starting questions that are really great. It also gives you some details for citing, and then also some alternatives. So if you found this resource and you said, oh, that's kind of good, but it's not exactly what I wanted, you can go ahead and click on another resource to see if it kind of targets more specifically what you're looking for. So that's a fun one to use. I'm going to go ahead and click out of this. If we click back, another resource that I like, apps that parents should be on the lookout for. Now, this is also good to use in the classroom because I know recently, at least in my district, we've had this huge infusion of iPads. I was actually a paraeducator at one of the local middle schools when we did the iPad initiative, which was to give all of our students an iPad starting in 7th grade, but now I believe that we're starting in 6th grade, right when they start middle school. And one of the most daunting tasks for us was to figure out, okay, now that they have the iPads, now that we have the iPads, what apps can we use effectively? What apps can help us in our lesson plans? What apps can help the students in the classrooms? And what apps should we not be using when we see a kid misusing the device? What are some red flag apps? And this is kind of neat because it can help you not only figure out what your students definitely should not be downloading, but also if you go back, there's some suggested apps too. So that's really neat because it can be so hard to try to figure out how can we use this? You know, sure it has the internet, sure it has Google Docs, Google Classroom. If some of you are on, it's great to get started, but really, what else can we be using? There's another internet safety for kids, again, more hitting on cyberbullying. What does their digital citizenship look like? What information should they not be sharing? Things like that. So that's really good too. And these are some resources that I'd like to share with parents also because so much has changed, at least since I've been in school. And it's really can be daunting for parents who don't have this technology at home, who aren't familiar with all of these different resources or iPads that the kids are bringing home. And this kind of just gets them started.